Welcome to Duke's United show. And Manchester United have won 4-2. And we're here today to talk about a game of two halves. Literally a game of two halves. A game where you could have fallen asleep and never woken up again. And then a game, second half, where you're just like, oh my days, I'm off my seat. This is what this is what we've been looking for. This is what we've been waiting for. Garf, is a great game in second half. Tell me your thoughts on the first half. And then, first of all, what are your thoughts on the starting lineup when you saw it? What did you think that you was going to see? Did you see what you expected to see because the lineup was looking a bit weird? Or did you think we were going to start off well and you were surprised that from the bad start?
No, I wasn't surprised at the bad start because of the team we got. But if you remember on the pre-match, I was saying, I reckon there might be a slim chance he goes Maguire Lindelof just to give people a rest. I didn't pick that because I didn't want to see it. But I had a feeling, and same with McTominay and Fred. You've just got a feeling. Bottom line is, if they're not going to get their minutes in the League Cup, where are they getting their minutes? So I was expecting a bitty game, exactly how it was. That first half, man, honestly, that's one of the most boring 45 minutes of football I've ever seen. So I haven't got much to give you on that. We were slow, ponderous, and again, our decision making in the final third is something that we really need to work on. The ones we get that clicked into place as well, we could be really in with a good shout of a good looking team there. But yeah, first half was well boring, mate. Well boring. So.
Mate, you know what? I knew I was going to struggle to see the game properly anyway. But once I saw the starting lineup, I was like, that's like, who's playing where? You know, when you look at it, you just think, who's playing where? And then you think Bruno or Donny is going to have to sacrifice and end up playing off their game, out of position. I'm like, why don't you just put a winger in there and just play one of them? You know, put Bruno back in, or I would have rather seen McTominay and Donny.
That's exactly right.
McTominay and Fred, and then put Bruno in his normal position and then Garnacho to start, innit? Yeah. And then you've got wingers. I would start him. At the end of the day, to be fair, he did want to start Rashford on the left this game, so he's probably thinking, I can't start Garnacho on the right for some reason. I don't know why. I'm sure he would still be able to rip it down there anyway. But the game starts off, and it's kind of a bit of nothing. And then
nothing.
You know what? There weren't even no goals in the first half. There wasn't even much chances. Nothing. So I ain't even the first half, Garf. I ain't even talking about the first half. Forget it.
No.
Second half is where it all starts.
No, so just one last thing, though. You know what? In regards to Bruno, the more I watch Bruno, the more honestly, and I mean this, people will be like, what are we talking about? I'd rather play Fred on the right wing than Bruno. That's his work. It just isn't his position. He's lost out there. He doesn't like it. He doesn't want to be there. Whereas Fred, at least, will just run up and down. You know what I mean? Do the dirty work, do the dirty yards. It just does not suit Bruno. Obviously, Van der Beek can't play there, but I would have done exactly what you're saying there, mate. Drop Fred to the bench, Van der Beek next to him, or McTominay to the bench, Van der Beek in the centre, Bruno up top all day, mate, all day.
Yeah.
So.
But you know what? I was starting to feel like we're probably going to lose again when Ollie Watkins gets put through and he's pacing out the boys at the back and he dinks the keeper. I'm like, wow. This is why I told you I like this guy, Ollie Watkins. I prefer him to an Ivan Toney or even the other guy that's even in his team, Danny Ings, who has banged lots of goals. But you can see he plays a lot. He plays a lot. He does a lot, and he's got a lot to his game. And I do like him. I really do. That's with him. What do you think of him anyway? Do you think he's good, or I know you probably won't have him over a Toney, but.
Yeah, I wouldn't have over Toney. He's decent though, mate. He's a decent player. I thought he was decent for a while. He's another one of them players that back in the day when Man United were flying high, he reminds me of not the same sort of player, but the same sort of caliber of a Louis Saha. The Man United would bring in as their third choice striker, and he'd bag you 15 a season in 25 games, and you don't realise how good these players are for your team. He's definitely deserving of a move up. Did he make the England team for the World Cup?
He did, I don't think he did.
He?
I don't think Callum Wilson got the nod, didn't he, ahead of everyone else? So
yeah, fair enough. But no, that decent player. I would take anyone at the moment. If the price was right for Ollie Watkins, if we're talking a 35 miller, 40 mil, absolute top end 40 mil, I'd take him because we need a striker at the moment. You know what I mean? So yeah, I like him. Because this is what I was saying on the morning show. There's no way that we're going out and buying a big name striker in January. That just ain't happening, is it? You know what I mean? We're not dropping 100 mil in January.
Not unless the right guy is available. The player that you're looking for at the end is available now, maybe, but I can't see it. You're right.
No, so we need a 30 mil we need another striker. Even if Ronaldo stays, we need another striker. So I'd be all over.
Surely,
Yeah, I'll be all over Ollie Watkins, mate. I'd be all over him. Be a great signing for United, I think. So, but yeah.
Well, Eriksen changed the game. Yes, he did. He came on.
Yeah,
this is what I mean. A lot of the players, that, a few of the players that came on and changed a few bits about the game, which made us a lot more dangerous. You know what I mean? And Eriksen with his touches are lovely. You need that. And like I say, this football game, is all about connections with other players, like your triangles, your triangles within the whole pitch. So you've got the defense triangles with the midfield on the right, and then you got on the left side. Then you got the middle who are connecting to the forwards. If they all have chemistry, that's what it is. Yeah. It's the right chemistry, the right type of player to complement the other player. And once you get that, mate, that's when fake magic happens. And he's just messing around with the players at the moment, figuring out who goes where best. And I'm telling you, he knows what he's doing. And he knows the player. He reminds me of Sir Alex Ferguson in a way where he knows what he needs for the team, and he's gonna obviously work it out and get there.
Just get it, and
he'll just do a great job for us. So Eriksen
not worrying about putting people's noses out of joint either. You know what I mean, which is nice. Because I've got a sneaking suspicion, unless Fred improves specifically his ground game, I can see him being sold in the summer quite easily. Fred, I can see him because he just doesn't. Like Ten Hag's system's all about that, like the final ball and stuff, like the decision making, and Fred just hasn't got it. You know what I mean? So he's doing that.
That's the next
getting rid.
Progression. So
100%.
Do it.
Yeah, 100%. So I think Fred. I also, because I was having this with my mate Birch about Harry Maguire. He was like, "Oh, Maguire will have a redemption story at Man United." I was like, "I think he's done. He's fourth choice centre back at Man United now, and that's if we don't sign another centre back, mate. You know what I mean? That's if Bailly don't come back. Like." Summer, I think we see some players leaving the summer. Nathan, really do, man.
Have a look at this. Sir Alex Cantucino says, "I think it's time for Donny to go."
Oh, Sir Alex, mate.
That's a nice game.
Yeah. Wow. You don't usually come out. You don't usually come out with a bad take, mate. But this one's a bad one, in my opinion. I think it's time for Donny to shine. Personally, I know you think the same, Nathan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah. I think, as we said before, he's not a player who's going to set the world alight. He's not that kind of player. He's a player that you can rely on to keep the ball, keep it moving, and keep sharp, and just be front foot, be on the front foot and proactive. That's the kind of player you need in your side. That's what I'm saying about when you're looking at a whole team, you need the right connections, the right chemistry. And he's someone who can fit in our system as a squad player. Very good. And he will not drop down in quality. That's my point. So that's why I want him to stay in and can just continue to play with the good players. And play when the team is balanced, and he'll do a job. I think he'll do a job. And Garf, I'm sure you said you felt he played okay yesterday as well. Anyway, so I don't know.
Yeah, no problems with him. Yeah, so no.
I think Eric says we ain't guaranteed top four. Who is coming to us? That's for sure. We're not guaranteed because we haven't got that front free kind of magic yet. We haven't got that. Let's finish our chances kind of situation yet. Once we get that. I think Martial coming back shows that we will have a lot more finish about us. And Rashford playing the way he's playing now, tell me about it. I'm telling you, I knew he was going to be on it. The minute I saw Rashford, then Martial, and I was like, that's it. Them two are going to be popping. Them two are going to score. No problem. But because I knew he'd be on the left and Martial be up front. And that's just like the perfect scenario for Man United. Yeah. You have them both together, it's dynamite, mate. I know they didn't even do a lot together this game, but it still is dynamite. Rashford bumps, he bounces off Martial. Simple as that. So but right. So second half, we might as well go straight to the player rating, so we can go straight into what's actually happening here. So we get our first chance to see the goalkeeper that we bought pre-season and hadn't had 1 minute until. So, what were your thoughts on Martin Dubravka?
Yeah, listen, didn't have much to do, letting 2 goals. So it's a 6 for Dubravka. Like, there wasn't much on display there today. So yesterday. So 6.
Yeah, he did okay. But you know what was it? When the goal went in, and he's like, I don't like to see a goalkeeper.
No. Mate, he's a second choice goalkeeper. You know what I mean? I know there's a bit of clamouring to have him come in place of De Gea, but that's like silly talk to me. That is, he's second choice.
Pass as well, didn't he? One kind of pass, which a little bit on the offside. I can't remember fully, so I'm not going to say too much, but I do.
No, it's a 6. Yeah,
I'm going to give him a 6. Man. I give him a 6. Mr. Dalot.
Yeah, it's a 6 again for Dalot. Not his best game, but I mean, he's played a lot of minutes. You can sort of have a go at him for the goal, but I mean, I know what it's like, that back stick, someone's jumping up at, like, you just, unless you get up early, you've never stand a chance against them ones, do you? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you used to love them sort of balls coming in. So
love them. Yeah. When that happens and it hits you, there's nothing you can do. That's why I'm going to give him a 6. And we conceded 2, didn't we? So that's what
6,
I'm saying. What's Alex Kajikino saying to me? How many chances we got to give Donny then? What do you mean? Like, this is football, mate. Look, for me, he done all right yesterday. He didn't set the world alight. He didn't do a lot of crazy things, but he kept the ball moving. He done what he's supposed to do. And and then the other players have to then go on and do what they do. So he's that kind of player, like a water carrier. He's not going to be a Garnacho who's going to get you off your feet going, oh my gosh, look at that. What he will do, remember that game against Watford away when he came on and we scored and he set up chances and he was the proactive one. He's just a proactive player who will be fine. We just don't need to worry so much about him. I think we're expecting too much. I don't know what you're thinking, that he's a Pogba or something. That you expect him to bang a left foot shot top bins and right foot top bins and, he's not that kind of player. He's not going to get you 15, 20 goals in the season. No. He'll just be the player who the pass before the pass, as you say, Garf. The pass before the pass. Then you don't say he's the assist maker. You don't say whatever, but he's the one who people will come to press hard and you'll just flick it around the corner to someone. And then all of a sudden we got an overload. Then they do bits and they score and you don't say anything about Donny. So that's what happens. And you can't give someone 1 game and then 2 games and expect him to be bad man. He's been out for how long? All pre-season. All from the start of the season, he's been out. He's just come back and we're all ready to say he must go. And we played poor against Villa as well the first game. So, and he had no space in there. So again, I understand it from a fan's point of view as well. You're just going to look at it and go, bad game. He didn't do nothing. No, get him out. But I know how it is, and I know what preparation needs to be done. I know how many games you need to have run a game to get to your levels. And at the same time, you have to be playing at at least an average level to then get given more time to then get to the good levels. So for me, I'm happy with him in the squad. Like I say, I'm happy.
But see, that's the point. That's the point I'd make, Nath. Is how many more chances have we actually given Donny van der Beek a chance yet?
No,
I don't think we have.
Nothing.
Like, he's never had a run of games at our club. He's never had 10 games on the bounce where he can prove his worth in the squad. Like, he's never had it. So I think now we've got to give him his time. And exactly what Nathan was just saying about fitness, I'm a key believer in that. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was, as I said, for the Aston Villa post-match, I thought it was unfair that we played him because how are you expecting him to play?
Yeah, but you said,
start against a dogged and industrious Aston Villa team when he's not had a minute worth of football in God knows how long. So, it
is a hard one. When you're not playing, even look, last year, Cristiano was bagging for us, Every game, pretty much, we were relying on him to bag. He was playing all the time. Now, we weren't talking about him being old then, that he can't score. We were just saying he's old, but he's scoring for us. Now, he's old and he can't score, and he needs to not play. But realise, he wasn't playing. And then he's just come in. He's not had a pre-season. He's come in, has to hit the ground running. Then he can't hit the ground running because it's a bit of a struggle. And now even someone with his ability to score goals like he does, even at this age, it's not happening for him. So you can see the effects of not playing and then also playing in the second team and then getting taken out straight away. It shows. Now, Cristiano ain't even bagging 1 goal. So think about it before you really just like kill a player straight off for that. So 6... 6 complete.
Yeah, but I bet you those 6 passes were glorious, mate. You know what I mean? Plus, that first half, he come off, 60 minutes? We were dead that first half as well. Listen, it wasn't a great game. We'll get into him when we get to
it. Exactly. Lindelof.
6 for Lindelof as well. Straight 6. Straight, like... You can tell, like, we'll get into the next man in a minute, but you can tell he brings him down. That man brings him down, mate. He brings that back line down. So, but 6 for Lindelof.
Yeah, he didn't really do much right, or not much wrong. Again, it's just one of them games, isn't it? You've let him 2, and we didn't look too strong.
Exactly.
wondering what's going on with, how does Watkins getting behind that easily, and how is he just in the middle of the pitch going down and scoring? But again, 6, not too bad. But this one here, Harry Maguire.
Yeah, mate, I'm giving Maguire a 5, mate, and I'm sure there'll be outrage from people. I know, you've gone the same. I thought everything that Maguire brings this team that's a downfall to our team was on display against Villa yesterday. His speed, his turning ability, his decision making, his passing, it was all on display, and it was all bad. Like, it just is what he is. His level is not an £80 million player. His level is barely, and I do mean this, barely top 10 Premier League side level. It really is. He's lower end. Like, as I said before, even maybe a Spurs with a Conte managing, he might do all right.
Yeah. Maybe we could get in there.
Yeah, but Leicester, that's his level. Everton and Aston Villa, these are the teams that they'd be amazing for him as well, because they'd play a different style. But with our high press, Maguire is just caught out, man. Like, he got so burnt at one, like I was saying off stream, man. Sober, but 5 for me, and I think that's fair, very fair.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, he doesn't fill me with confidence. He didn't fill me with confidence yesterday. He seemed to just be following the ball everywhere as well, and getting himself out of position again. I remember McTominay having to fill in for him and slide tackle a ball out of there. When your back four need to stay in that line at all times, like, why are you coming out and then getting dragged everywhere? It doesn't make sense. So, for me, I wasn't too happy with that. Seeing that it didn't lead to goals, but it made us look very, very shaky. Yeah. And it just doesn't look good, man. I feel unease when I see it happening. So it's just misplaced. Missed timing tackles as well. A bit too easily missed timing tackles. So giving you a 5, mate. That's what you deserve, to be fair, I believe. So then we move on to Malacia. Malacia comes in.
Yeah, do you know what? Is this a 5 as well? It's a 6. It's a 6 for Malacia because of the energy. Yeah, it's a 6. The energy, it's close though. Again, was very.
Didn't really do a lot.
Didn't do a lot, man. No, he was pretty much cut out of that game a lot of the time. I mean, what he did do was fine though. What I like about Malacia is he's dogged as well. Him and Martinez next to each other. They're there, and that's an angry duo, mate. That's an angry duo. You don't want none of that smoke. You don't want none of that going down that side. So 6.
So not much to write home about, but obviously not bad either. He was pretty much the same lines of Lindelof and Dalot, to be fair. Yeah. I didn't see much more from them. But what about this guy here? McTeasy.
Well, worked his socks off. It's a 7. I mean, it could be an 8 with the goal, but it's not. Yeah, it's a 7, man. Yeah, he worked his socks off. It's another McTominay performance. Like, again, we won, so we're not complaining. But if we had lost that 2-1, we'd go back and look at some of those McTominay passes that he tried. Sometimes he's slow on the ball, and then you're giving him a 6. But because we won and he scored, it's a 7. It is what he's got, and decent. Can't grumble about him.
You know what I'm going to say about him? I like his game, yeah? I love the fact that if anyone comes up against him in a challenge, he's not going to lose. I will back him to beat everyone in a challenge. That's number 1. Number 2, he's got a great finish about him. He's got a great shot on him as well. So, again, it's about complementing him with someone else that can play them balls. So you see when Eriksen comes on, McTominay looks a player. Like, you're not even worried about the other side of his game, because he doesn't need to do that other side. That's not what he's there to do. So play players for the position. When McTominay, later on in that half, he looked sick. He looked like he's going to get chances. He cuts in, whips it, hits the bar. He did really well, really well in them things. So what we're saying is, like, earlier on in the game, we need someone like in his position to do the other things, which he can't.
Exactly.
But then the minute he gets released to do his thing, he's on it. And I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm loving that he could be a player who can come in and do that attacking side, because that's what he is. He's an attacking midfielder playing defensive midfield. So why are I'm thinking in my head now, why am I killing him for being a defensive midfielder, actually doing a good job, and he's not even that position really. So I'm happy with him. I gave him a 7. Deserved it. Great goal at the end as well. Good running behind.
Lovely goal.
And great balling from Garnacho. So I'm fed up listening to Donny van der Beek rubbish talk. United boy said, obviously know nothing about football. Okay, you're right. Did you play football as well? Let me know. So Give me a reason. Give me your reason why Donny Beek's no good. Do you see technical?
No. I think he's saying he's fed up with listening to people say he's rubbish. I think he's saying that he's decent, right? That's what he's saying.
Okay, yeah. You're an arsehole. I'm about to grill you right now. So
I saw the face, Dave. I saw the face. I was like, no, better step right.
Let me know, United boy. Okay. Yeah. Nah, United boy, you're my side, right? You're on my side. Surely you're on our side. Because look, a player don't play in Champions League, be called player, that player, and then we're all saying he's crap. He's no good whatsoever. Again, play him in his right position. Play him around players who are also able to do what they do best. And then you get the best out of everybody. Every player needs that. There's not many players that can just go everywhere in different positions and go, yeah, I'm doing a great job here, then great job there. So anyway, let's move on to Mr. Freddie.
6. Could have even been as low as a 5, but I'm not going to be too harsh on him. You are going 5 as well. Yeah. Do you know what, Nath? You're right. It is a 5. I'm giving Maguire a 5. It's a 5 for Fred as well. Too often, poor passes, final balls atrocious. He does what he does well, which is moving around the pitch and disrupting play, but that's about it. You can't trust him, like, because he can pull out nice shots here, and he's still a pro baller. He's still quality, but it's like you ain't putting money on it. If he's running through 1-on-1 with the keeper, you ain't putting money on it. You're like, no, mate, no bet, mate. Like, no.
He's not that kind of player, is he?
So listen, it was a poor game from yesterday. A lot of misplaced passes. A lot of times he broke down our attack as well with his bad decision making. So poor 5.
This is what I mean. When you see McTominay and the Fred in there, you just know there's none of that what you need, is it? Or like that kind of balls from any of them two going to be able to play them kind of balls. That's not their game. And again, Fred, he's great at running and shutting down people and moving and just being around, being a rat. That's what he's good at. And then you let the others get on doing with what they do best. And that's why we've got this bit of a problem in our team, because what happens is a lot of players have certain attributes that are good, but then they don't have the other attributes. And what you need is one player that has a few of the attributes. It's really annoying. So anyway, there's a little bit of
no. That's what I've been saying, Nate, about our January transfer windows. We should get a couple of utility players, like good all-round players, like a John McGinn or a centre back who can play left back and right back as well. Just decent squad players, man. Because I said in comments, lighting up, man, lighting up.
So Alex Calatakino says, when did I say he was rubbish? He's not suited to the Premier League. No, I didn't say you meant he's rubbish. I mean, a lot of people if you look on Twitter, a lot of people are calling him rubbish and he needs to get out of here and all this. But okay, you do believe that he needs to leave. He's not suited for Premier League football. I believe he just needs to be in a team where he's in his position where he's suited. I think every player needs that. Like for example, if you play Rashford on the right all his life, you'd be like, who the hell is this guy? Get him out of here. But if I had it, I'd go, I need him on the left or up front. And then he'll do well. So it's weird, isn't it? Football's that weird kind of game. So depends where you play a player, which will then determine how good you think he is. So you need to explain yourself better than buddy. Yeah, I think we all need to. If we're gonna, and when it comes to writing, it's very difficult to say everything you mean and everyone to understand exactly what you mean. So it makes sense to kind of take a bit of time and think about how you say it. So we're on to Donny as it is anyway.
Donny's getting a 6 from me, mate. I disagree with everyone. Well, not everyone. I disagree with a lot of the comments out there in the chat today and in general in the media. I thought he'd done well. He just needs to get up to speed. The player, he's a quality baller. The player he is, as we've already said, I mean, we've said it all at the start. So as I've already said, man, you're not going to remember what he did in the game unless you're paying attention to his game like I did against it. And he done all right. He done all right, man. I wouldn't want to be thrown in against a Villa team side with no minutes under my belt. You know, like, he's a pro athlete, but there's fit and then there's match fit. And they are two definitely different things,
you have to
man.
get that up, mate. When you're fit,
6.
You need 3, 4, 5 games to be match fit and be really on your game, especially in midfield as well. Like me as a striker, I couldn't come into a game and just be the top dog. Like I had to play preseason games to get real sharp, and all that is I felt like I was not a football player at the beginning, and then I was so far away from what I am, if you get what I mean. From me being not fit to being match fit and ready, it's like I'm telling you now, it would be like I'm a 59 rated player in FIFA and then going up to like 80 something.
Not even a bronze rare, Nate. Not even a bronze rare, mate. What are you doing to yourself?
Rated player pre-season, mate. That's how I. As it happens to some players, isn't it? Some players just stay the same all the time. Some players come and they just feel like they. What's these feet? Are these feet? Like, what can I do with these? Like, these used to kick a ball. You know? That's how I felt. It was poor, mate. But yeah, Donny wasn't in the game enough for 4. United boy says 7. I think he's a 6. I don't think 4.
Yeah, solid 6. Solid 6.
That's
man.
really like saying he is worse than Maguire. That's not
he wasn't a 4 in my mind, but yeah, each to their own. In it's all opinions.
Yeah. Bruno, I think.
Bruno, he's getting a 7 as well. Bruno's getting a 7. It's a high 7. Yeah, it's a high 7. There you go. Look, yeah, he's getting a 7 as well. Yeah, it's a high 7, but again, just the energy he brings. Like, he's another player. Where because he isn't doing all the fancy stuff that people want to see, people will really be careful what you wish for. Because if we lose Bruno, we lose a player that brings something that is completely different to anyone else on the pitch. The energy in that final third that he brings, he's on the left, he's on the right, he's offering himself all the time for a ball. So yeah, shots, yeah, crosses. He's a baller. I think he got a goal and an assist again yesterday, plus another 2 chances created. He's a baller. So yeah, 7. Decent game.
Yeah. Second half pushed him up to a 7 for me. I think first half everyone was pretty much dead and they had lower.
Oh yeah, that was 6s across the board, mate. Yeah, that was 6s across the board.
Hell, but, you know, it got better. It got better, and I think Fernandes done well. He really came into his own. That's why some of the players got 6s because they stayed pretty much the same the whole game.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you go below 6, it's like, man, what are you doing? Kind of football for me. What are you doing? And then if you're like, what the hell are you doing? You get a 4. And then, oh my goodness me, what you're doing on the pitch is a 3, and then lower and lower. So yeah, Bruno, I believe he got a 7. He done pretty well. This man here.
Rashford, it's a 7 again. I'm not going to get out of my box and give him an 8. I could do, but I'm not. He's getting better and better. Yeah, it's a 7.
I think he was an 8.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I've got to take the whole game into account, and he was dead in that third. So yeah, 7. It's a high 7 though. Like, he's getting better and better. We're getting back to peak. We're getting back to peak Rashford. We're getting back almost there. So yeah, 8 isn't an unacceptable score for him at all. I'm just going 7 personally.
Yeah, I just think he's back to being a dangerous guy. He hit the post as well with that other shot, and then he scores the goal with the other one. He nutmegs the guy in the box. He's looking nice and sharp, and that's all
sharp, definitely.
But he's running in behind as well. That ball, I can't remember who played it yet, but right through the middle, ball right over the top, and that's what I want to see. That's what I see in a Rashford. Like, I'm not talking about being on the left, picking it up and doing a Garnacho. I'm looking at there's a back 4. Put me in. I'm running, and that's what he did. That's why I say playing up front, doing that is his place. No, Dwight York said it the same. He said it on United TV. I'd have him up front all day. He's up front. He plays up front. That's me. I don't want him to see him anywhere else. He's a number 9, but not a number 9 in hold up and this. No. And now he's scoring headers. Like, he's scoring headers like that.
In a 2, I could see it, Nath. I could see it, but that solo man on his own, he can't do that, bro. He can't. He has
to be the guy who runs in behind. Simple as that. Yeah.
That's why coming off the left is decent for him because he can.
Yeah. But again, do you see him doing a Garnacho? Because that's the natural left-sided thing, isn't it? Picking it up, and running at you, and making something up, and he doesn't have that to his game. So, what is his most best attribute? Is running in behind and scoring. So, if you want to put him on the left, and then he runs in behind and scores, and then he kind of comes inverted, no problem. But as long as he's hanging off that last man, that's what I mean. Not a number 9 in terms of hold up, link up. I don't think.
No, yeah.
But yeah. So it's just a weird one, isn't it? You have to put him in some position, but you can't do it from the right, really. You can do it from the left or up front, and you really need a proper striker in there.
Yeah.
And then he needs to play off him. So I totally get what you mean there. 7 for Rashi, King Eric says. Yeah, I guess I might have gone a bit overboard, but who cares? We won the game. Martial.
Yeah, 7 again for Martial. To be in all fairness, he got a goal, but then that is literally all he did yesterday, and that's all we need him to do. There's no two ways about it. But yeah, it's a 7 for Martial. He done well. Good game, solid.
Well, just before I've put this on my Twitter, guys, so have a look. But let's see if you guys can see this. My son, he went to the game. He was absolutely loving it. I got him his ticket.
Yeah, I bet he was.
17 last week. I got him a ticket. 2 tickets for him and his friend. So yeah, I mean, I gave up my ticket for him and his friend to go, and he loves Martial. He's the one who always posts every day. Martial man of the match, and he ain't even played. So yeah, what did you give him?
Oh, a 7. It's a 7, man, for Martial. It is a 7.
Yeah, I gave him a 7 as well. Great. Obviously, nice to be in the right position and score his
goals.
Yeah,
yeah, that's all we need from him, man.
Yeah, and if you heard Peter Schmeichel talking about him before the game, he says, look, when you come up against a striker like him, he's got everything. I've been watching him in the warm up, and he goes, man, he's finishing the ball everywhere. Like, he's putting the ball bottom right, bottom left, left foot, right foot, top bins. He says he can do everything. And he says you look at when you got a keeper, you want to push them into an area to make a certain shot. But he says Martial, he's got everything. So when you come up against him, he can do what he wants against you. So, and that's very, very difficult. And he says, he's looking like he's got a smile on his face again. If he can just stay fit, he's got no problems whatsoever. So again, and he's come off 60 minutes. Nice. Let him have a little bit of time on, come off.
100%.
Yeah. And let's see how he gets on. And hopefully he can stay fit from now to the end of the season. And we can actually start seeing some proper footy when Anthony, Sancho, Garnacho, Rashford, all of them can fight for the other positions. Oh, my days. It's got to be lovely. Martial did well. Now he just needs to stay fit. Otherwise, he is no use to us. Totally exactly what we're saying. United Boy says the England call-up looked to me like it gave the boy confidence he needed. That's Rashi. Of course it did. 100%. Now we move on to the bench that came on. I think I saw Elanga come on. I didn't see him do much, to be fair. So I didn't really give him any. But let's move straight on. I might give him a 6 or something because you come on with a 6, come off with a 6, innit? If you haven't done anything. But this man here, Alejandro Garnacho, tell me about this guy because listen,
he's a savage.
He's there, mate. He's there. He's a savage. In the comments. I want everybody to comment on this guy, please. What do you see when you see this guy? Because I saw it straight away pre-season. In that first game against Rayo Valladolid, whatever it's called, he absolutely ripped up the place. And I was like, I need to see more of this kid. I need to see more of him. Yeah. Unbelievable pace. Ridiculous pace. Unbelievable. Anyway, Garf, what are you telling me?
It's sick. It's like I say, the last time I got this excited about a player was probably Cristiano Ronaldo. That is not me saying he's going to be Cristiano Ronaldo. I just mean the potential there. Like the excitement level is building with this kid. You know what I mean? So he's got big shoes to fill. He's got his ceiling is the moon. He can go anywhere. He's exceptional. 2 assists last night, goal the other day. And as I said, mate, Sancho must be absolutely thinking to himself, wow, I'm dead out here at the moment because he ain't getting in front of Anthony, he ain't getting in front of Garnacho, and he ain't getting in front of Rashford on Rashford's current form. No, so he's down at fourth choice.
You know what?
Yeah, this kid can go all the way, mate. He's getting a 7 from me, though. No, an 8. He's getting an 8 from me. Sorry, 8 man of the match.
To say, man got man of the match for me.
So
I'm giving him man of the match. I think he was going. He did obviously well. Rashford did well as well. I gave him an 8, but I thought Garnacho, his influence on the game was so good in such a short space of time that you can't really overlook that. He was unbelievable. Just great talent. You can see when he gets the ball. Like I said, when there's space, when the team ain't sitting back, there's space, and he can go and attack that space, and he will take you on for fun. He ain't messing around with no one. I don't think there's many people that can stop him because he can go inside and out. And when you've got both, defenders can't do nothing. And that's what I always said to people about, myself. I love the fact that I could use my left and my right. So nobody could say, take him down the left or take him inside. They couldn't do nothing because I'll shoot with either foot exactly the same. And that's what I love. And that's what he's got. He's got the, I'll take you down. You want me to take you down? Okay. You want me to take you inside? Okay. I'll take you inside and I'll set up a goal as well. What do you want? And you become unplayable when you've got 2 feet. So United Boy says, still very raw at times, Garnacho, but his ceiling is ridiculously high. That's what we want to see, man. We want to see. You're right, Garf. You just made me think of the first few days when Cristiano came in and he was doing all the mad skills. And
exactly, yeah. That's what I was just about to say. Ronaldo was trying all this as well when he first came in. And I'm not saying, because Ronaldo was a freak of nature, I'm not saying that Garnacho will be anywhere close to it. I'm just saying the excitement level is coming up quite the same. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really pleased. Obviously, his contract's tied down to basically 2026 as well. Yeah. So, like, we've got a real talent on our hands. And obviously... anything can happen in football, and injury changes you completely. We've seen that with players before, like especially at a young age. You can burn out like Michael Owen did at 26, you know, like because but everything's pointing to a ridiculous talent, a ridiculous talent, man.
In the comments, agree, United boy.
And as I said, and as who was it, United boy said, the ceiling, mate, it's ridiculous. It's a joke how high this kid could. You know what I mean? Like this is. Yeah, it's one of the best youth prospects I've seen in a long time. And it should also give Ten Hag the confidence to try a few more of the youth players now as well, because we know they're ready. We know Iqbal's ready. We know he's ready. We know Charlie McNeil is basically ready. We know Charlie Savage is basically ready. Like, start bringing some of these players through. Give them a chance, man. Even that centre-back, Gerardo, he's ready, man. Like, honestly, he's only 18, but he's ready,
Honestly, some more of him. But here's a question for you now then. Everybody fit. Who is your front line? Your wing? Your wings?
That's quite easy for me still. It's still Rashford left, Martial centre, Anthony right. We've got Nacho, the 30-minute wonder sub at 18, who comes on and just devastates team in the last 30. But Rashford left, Martial centre, Anthony right. This is what I mean about Sancho, because he's now, this is what I'm saying.
He needs to come on the right.
But not for Anthony 30 minutes. So then you have Garnacho and Sancho as the 30-minute sub.
Yeah, the ones that come on.
Mate, it's ridiculous, bro. It's devastating.
Imagine then we get one extra striker who can
exactly my point.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly my point, man.
I was mentioning about someone who was saying, I think it was Schmeichel saying, I don't know, I think it was Schmeichel. He was talking about Kane or Mbappe, and he says Mbappe won't suit United as much as Kane. I was like, you mad? I said, Mbappe, he is like. It's Mbappe Haaland for the next 10 years. So right now, if we got one of those, I want one of those.
I know where Schmeichel's coming from, though, Nathan. It's because Mbappe's more, again, like wide cuts inside, isn't it? We're not talking like out-and-out striker. But listen, if I've got to pick between Mbappe and Kane, it's Mbappe, obviously. You know what I mean? 100%. But I can see where he's coming from. If you're talking about the system, Harry Kane probably does suit the system better than Mbappe in the centre as an out-and-out striker.
If we can supply him, but we can't supply. This is the problem. We can't supply. So it'd suit if we had that about us. But who's supplying him? Like, who's going to get...
We're getting there, man.
Rashford don't give no assist like that, and nor does Anthony. So who's going to assist Kane for all these chances?
No, but if you're because Kane, unlike Ronaldo, Kane offers himself in deeper roles and stuff. Kane unleashes the inside forward, so we've got to score more goals, mate. It ain't about Kane scoring goals, and this is what I mean. It's his passing ability as a striker and his ability to play back to goal, all of that stuff. And look, he's still got a rocket on from the outside of the box as well. I think Kane scores 15 goals a season in any team. Period.
Scored 30.
And you just, it opens it because you've got more option. Anthony would get more assists because he cuts inside. There's Kane on the edge of the box. Same with Rashford. Rashford cuts into the box. Kane's in the area. So,
okay, you're talking about right now, United.
But you did say everyone fit, didn't you, Nate? Like everyone ready to go. Like
fit, that means he's basically saying Martial should start instead of Ronaldo. Good.
But I'll quickly say, United boy, I disagree. I don't think Ronaldo should play anymore. I really don't. I just really. I'd play Rashford through the centre and play Sancho on the wing or Garnacho on the wing. He just doesn't. He's the greatest goal scorer of all time. But exactly what Nath just said about who's supplying Harry Kane. If we ain't supplying Ronaldo, he's a dead weight on that team out there because
exactly.
We're not playing to his strengths. What's the point of having Ronaldo there if we're not going to cross balls into him? If we're not going to find him, like there's no point. So,
it's a nightmare. But let's quickly go. Okay, look, we've got Martinez. I would say probably 6-0. But Eriksen,
7 definitely. Yeah, it's definitely 7 or nearly an 8 to be fair. If he had more minutes, it'd be an 8. But it's a 7. Really showed what he's about. His driving, forcing, getting the ball moving forward. Wonderful performance for him for a sub. So 7. Yeah, there you go.
You know, see how the golfing class showed in the end, you know, but it took time to get there. And it wasn't until we made them changes that we then started looking so much better. And that's why we got to ask the question about this man. We got to ask the question about him. Ten Hag, what did he do for you in terms of his overall score? Because think about it. He started with the team, changed the team. Again, his in-game movements, whatever he's doing, most of the time it's on point. And it was again today. But what are you giving him as a score?
I mean, I don't think you can go lower than a 7. We won, come from behind twice. So, it's a 7. Subs changing the game again. And listen, I wouldn't play Maguire and I wouldn't play McFred, but he hasn't had the last 2 years' experience of these players either. So he's got to see him in action. And the more he'll learn, this is what I'm saying, the more he watches people like Fred, the more you'll see Fred getting less and less minutes. You really will. I know I just said Iqbal deserves to play, but you can't play Iqbal when you've got McTominay and Fred, who are not bad on the bench wanting minutes. And they need their minutes as well. So, 7,
right.
Decent all round.
Yeah, United, boy, you're damn right. The team has to start killing it from minute 1. They had been doing it for a while, but it has been a little bit stop-start, a bit of injuries in a few places. So I give him a bly on that because, to be fair, it's not easy to be able to do all of that, and he's done it. He's done well. We won 4-2 after losing just the other day. He learned from it straight away. We need revenge, he says, and we got revenge, and his tactics worked this time. So, to be fair, hats off to him, mate. He's absolute winner. He's a winner. I'm really, really happy with him. But right, so that's all the time we got. But let's just give you some updates on the last few things. Thank you, everyone, in the comments. I think some new names. If you are new, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification. And hit the like, of course. Take a look at what we've got for you today. Later on today, let's talk United, 6 till 7. We've got some interesting topics there. So you guys make sure you're on it there. Remember, the game is on Sunday, 4:30 kickoff as well. And we'll be there for the match reaction at 6:45. So that's what we've got for you. And still got the Ten Hag thing on there. So it's killing me. But yeah, Garf, been good. It's been great.
Pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure. Yeah.
And people in the comments, everyone in there, lovely to see you guys. Thanks for your support once again. And we will see you tonight, 6 till 7, talking all about the latest gossip at United. So until then, peace out.